or FaceTime or something where you can see the student and share the screen with your student. It happens that I don't, so these are, some of these are kind of backup things so that if you do have to do your lesson with WhatsApp. So there's two kinds of uses for using WhatsApp. One is strictly communication with your student, and that's very, very useful. And the other one is instructional. So we'll touch on both of those today briefly. Why WhatsApp? It sends larger audio, pictures, and videos than you can on a regular messages on your phone. Sometimes I'll get a picture or a video from somebody on a regular message and it'll say downloading, downloading, and then unable to download. But WhatsApp is internet based and can deal with larger things. So it's useful when you're sending larger things. Most people from other countries, I'm kind of saying this very generally, but it's very widely used overseas. So most of our students seem to already have it, already be very good at it. So it's already done. My student doesn't have a phone plan. She has a phone and doesn't have a phone plan. So we can't even talk on the phone, but we can, she has the internet, so we can get on and talk with this. Although she has an internet, several people in the house are using the internet, so it's not enough. Like, we can't do the video because it keeps disconnecting. So basically we have our class on the phone, the internet phone, WhatsApp. And that's worked, it's fine. The only limitation with this is the other person has to have WhatsApp. So you can't use WhatsApp with somebody else who doesn't have WhatsApp. So when you download it, it looks like this, just like any other app on your phone. The little one means I've got one unread message. So let's say now I'm going to click on my WhatsApp, and the layout is slightly different between Android and iPhone. So on the left is what it looks like if you've got Android, and on the right is what it looks like when you've got, now it's what when you've opened this up now, you see your chats. And this is just like your inbox. So I have a chat with Cassandra, a chat with Lynn, a chat with LTG. If you see the little one there, right, with the girls, it says that's unread message. And then the iPhone, oh, let me see. The settings are in two different places. So up here on the Android, it's at the top, and iPhone, it's at the bottom. It's not complicated. You can figure it out easily, but just to give you a little overview. So let's say now I want to talk to one of my contacts, or either talk or message back and forth. So there's Cassandra. So I want to send a message to Cassandra. So I clicked on Cassandra, and then her whole conversation with me, the last conversation, shows up. So back and forth, we're talking here. And now let's say I want to talk to her on a video. All I do is click on the little video, and we're talking face to face, like we are now on Zoom. And it's really, I still am of an age where I think that's magical. Let's see. And then if you click on the phone, that's what I do with my student, then now we're just on the phone. We're just talking like you're on the phone. But you're using the internet. And then over on the right, it's similar if you're doing it on an iPhone. And then just a little thing is that you see where the two blue checks are over on the iPhone. When you send a message and it goes, there's one gray check means it was sent, and two gray checks means it arrived at that person's phone, and two blue checks means they read it. So you know if somebody saw it or not. They can't get away with saying, oh, I didn't see it. And then if you send a message that you regret, all you need to do is you hold your finger down on the message that you want to get rid of, and it gives you the choice, do you want to delete this just for you or for everybody? And then you click one or the other. If the person already read it, it's too late. But if you send something quickly and if they haven't read it, it just says you deleted this message. All right, so, all right, now.
Charmy, I'm sorry, does that work the same on the Android? You can delete it the same way?
Yes. Thank you that's a good question. Okay, now this is an example of the Android layout. Down at the bottom is where you enter your message, and the best thing, since a lot of our students are using their phone, completely using their phone, even if they're using Zoom, they're doing it on their phone often. You can put any link that you want in here. And then when they tap on that, they're taken directly to the link. So when we're sharing these cool links with you, that's how you can easily share it with them. A lot of people don't use email anymore. Sadly, now that I have a grip on email, right? And then also down here at the bottom of the Android, this is still the Android version, there's a paperclip, and that's just to attach, just like on email. Let's say you want to send a video or a document or a picture, you click on that. And there's the camera if you want to take a picture right away. This is what my student and I will do often with homework. Sometimes I will take paper handouts to her house or other materials. But if I have something that I typed up and I want her to read or use, I'll just take a picture right then, and you can send it right then. You don't have to attach it and everything. It goes right away. That's useful. And then finally, this is the mic to record and send your voice, which I'll show you about that. Okay, so let's say now, for example, well, before we talk about that, sending messages is really good for communication, whether you have an ESL on WhatsApp, whether you have an ESL student or a basic student. If the student is an ESL student, they probably easily can find their way around Google Translate. So if you sent a message to them, I can't come to the meeting tomorrow. Can we do it on Tuesday, for example? Of course, find out if they can do this or not, but probably they can. Well, at least the students that I have had can. They would just cut and paste this and put it into Google Translate, and they got it, and they understand. And then if they're low level, they might write it in Spanish on Google Translate and put it into English and then send it back to me. So my students, my older students even, were much more fluent in using all this on the phone than I was, but it was fast, it was easy. Then if you have a basic student who doesn't read well and wouldn't understand what you type in English, you can send a spoken message. It's just like leaving a message on their answering machine, but more efficient. So for example, if you need to change the time of the lesson or anything else, or you can send them a spoken message. Now, how do you do that? So let's say, and then for instructional, now I'm switching over to instructional. Now, a good use for a spoken message is hearing the pronunciation, and then the student has a record of pronunciation. So for example, those of you who have WhatsApp, let's see, if you've got your phone right there, let's say a student is having trouble with making a difference between berry and very, like they're having a problem distinguishing between the letter B and the letter V. So I might send them, I'll send it to you now on your Literacy Council September 2021. Okay, let's see if you got that.
I got it.
Oh, good. All right.
I have it.
Okay. So if you hit, that's what it looks like when you send a recorded voice. So if you touch the little triangle there, you would hear it. Okay. So getting now another way to send audio is actually go ahead and make a video so that you can videotape what your mouth looks like. And this is actually even better than when you're in person, because when you're in person, you don't want to get right up to their face and show them your face. But if you've got a video, you can have more of a close-up, and you have a record. That student has, student, oh, I forgot to silence. The student has kind of a record of what your mouth should look like. So I'll send you this one too, so you can see the possibilities. Right? So you could do the same thing here. Send. All right. There. Did that arrive? Okay, okay. All right,
Yes.
so you see if you click on an unnamed person's mouth, right, you will see that she kindly recorded herself saying very and very, and for any sound that the student is having problem with. And they can listen to it every day if they feel like it. And this one is a little bit different. You can't record it quickly like you can with a microphone. You have to record it and save it on your phone as a little video and click on the paperclip and attach it, just like you'd attach a document. And again, if you haven't used this before, it's not complicated. It's, as you do it, it's the kind of thing you can figure out. And then all of that was Android, and then iPhone is the layout's just a tiny bit different. All those little the paperclip things and all that you use from the plus sign, and it gives you the choice. Do you want to send a picture from the camera or a video or a document like that? So it's very similar. Now, what if you have something on your computer, something cool on your computer, and you want to put it on WhatsApp for your student? This is the most wonderful thing. You go to this website, which you don't really have to remember. I just Google WhatsApp and then web, and this page comes up, and it says, and it gives you the directions. It tells you, okay, open WhatsApp on your phone, tap that 3-dot menu, and this takes you through it. You're actually reading these things. You don't have to remember this. Or you click on settings if you have the other phone. And the choice comes up to select WhatsApp web. Then you just take your phone, you've got your phone on WhatsApp, and you hold it up to that that code. And suddenly, magically, wait a minute, I skipped, oh, I'm going backwards now. There we go. This is what comes up. This is exactly, so on the left here is the chat, is your contacts. And on the right, now you've got a whole screen. So if you've got a document or a link, you can put it down here in this message here. You also can, instead of using one finger on your phone, you can type a whole sentence, paragraph, as long as you want, like you're on the computer, which I love, because if I want to send something longer, I'm not going to have the patience to sit and do it with one finger on the phone. Just not. Okay. Using this for homework. This is how my student sends me her homework. These 2 papers I took over to her house, and then she would fill out the answers and take a picture of it and send it back to me very quickly. In fact, like would take me longer to do. And then I also would drop off index cards and have her, so she's got all these index cards at her house, and I would ask her to do different things with them. She can sort them or put them in a sentence. And notice each little set of index cards are different colors, because even though you put a bunch of index cards together with a rubber band or a paper clip, that doesn't mean they're going to stay together. But if you do it in different colors, they can always put them back in the same group. So that took me a little while to learn, right? And finally, most important, never make an appointment for the next meeting without some kind of text. You know, when I used to have classes in person, we always had calendars. You know, those little calendar planners, $1 at Dollar Tree right now. They're perfect. And my students, oh, I lost my calendars. Here, have another one. You've got to have a calendar so that when you plan your next meeting, you see it together. Same thing virtually. So this can be sent as a document, or you know, maybe they use their calendar function on the phone. Some do, some don't. But definitely send a text from WhatsApp or messages or however you talk to them that says, after my last class, after any class, when we say, okay, it's next Tuesday, 9 o'clock, as soon as she would walk out or we turn off the computer, I write down, confirm we're going to do this at 2 o'clock next Monday. Then on Sunday, I would write, Sunday night, okay, see you tomorrow, because they're busy, they forget, I'm busy, I forget, you know, so excellent to use